It's the season opener in high school football for 2022. Tonight on CCX, a District 279 rivalry as the Osseo Orioles come to Maple Grove to take on the Crimson. Hello and welcome to Maple Grove High School. John Jacobson along with Ryan Iverson. Allie Mosley will be with us as well. Ryan, always fun to have the season opener for high school football, right?
Oh, it is, but it's weird. It's 90 degrees, John. It is hot. We got a great crowd here already. Football season is back. We got a team that's coming off of a Prep Bowl appearance. We got Osseo with some great athletes. They have big expectations this year. I can't wait to get it started.
Osseo 4-5 last year, and as Ryan mentioned, Maple Grove going all the way to the Prep Bowl, 11-2 last year, and they did graduate definitely some key players, but a lot of players also coming back who are now seniors who saw significant playing time in 2021.
Well, you had great talent last year, great athleticism, great defense. The key is you got a great quarterback coming back. You have a great coach who knows how to coach defense. He knows how to scheme defense. He knows how to get guys ready to replace and to step up, and that's the fun part, John, about every new year is you're going to have some returning talent, but you got to get these younger guys, inexperienced guys, to fill roles and to kind of get their confidence and their identity. So that's the fun part about the start of every new season is seeing who's ready to take that next step.
For Osseo, they definitely got some size this year, Ryan, and Coach Ryan Stockhouse believes this is, a very good team, perhaps the best he's had since he started coaching here. I mentioned 4-5 a year ago, but they feel they can improve on that this season.
Well, and if you look at their season last year, they had a disappointing first game against Maple Grove, but they really built on that, and they overcame some big deficits for some good wins late in the year, and so they're returning a collective group that they think is the most talented they've had. Guys have bought in. They played really well in a big scrimmage over the weekend, so they're coming into this year believing that this is their time, and you're going to get tested right away, and it's going to be fun to see, John, the size and strength of Osseo versus the speed and athleticism of Maple Grove and see who wins that matchup.
Let's look at our key players, starting with Osseo. Jerome Williams, huge right tackle, one of the top football players in the state of Minnesota, headed to the University of Minnesota on scholarship next season.
Well, I'm on the field here during warm-ups. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm 42. Feel like I got some size and strength, and then I saw that young man. I wanted no part of that. He is huge. He's the right tackle. They're going to need to dominate the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to be able to run the ball on first and second down tonight, and he's obviously a big part of it. Going to be a gopher. Really excited to watch him play.
Maple Grove on the defensive side graduated a lot of their front seven, but they feel good about the defensive secondary. A lot of guys coming back there, anchored by cornerback Jackson Powers, who's really had a good summer of camps and had a really good 2021.
Well, 4 interceptions, but more than that, he's a great tackler, and they're going to need him from that second level coming up, especially against a big line of scrimmage tonight. Preferred walk-on opportunity for the Gophers, a chance to maybe get some other big scholarship offers. So he's just one of those great athletes that Coach Lombardi seems to always have a plethora of at linebacker, safety, cornerback, but he's going to have to be huge tonight. He's a ball hawk. I'm excited to see him now, again, as a senior leader. It's a different role than what he was last year, so he's going to have to be excellent here this year.
Osseo's definitely had the upper hand in this rivalry in recent seasons, so for Osseo coming in, what's the key? Is it ball control on offense?
No, for me, John, it's 2 things. One, they got to start fast. The last couple of years we've done this game, it's been 14-21-0 in a minute. And so they got to start out, I think if they could score first or match a score right away, I think that's huge for their confidence. Number 2, we've seen it a lot too where it's 2nd and 14, 3rd and 18. They have to be in 2nd and short, 3rd and short, because running the football is how they're going to dominate tonight. They got to play to their strength, which is their size, physicality. So if they can do that tonight, those 2 things, then we're in for a really good game.
All right, and Maple Grove looking to build on that great 2021 season. We'll see how it unfolds in a moment. Kickoff coming up. Osseo Maple Grove football live on CCX right after this. beautiful sunny night, a warm night in Maple Grove. First day of September 2022. We get ready for our season opener on CCX. John Jacobson, Ryan Iverson, Allie Mosley with you for tonight's game. Maple Grove will receive the opening kickoff. It'll be Jamison Travis to kick off for Osseo. And for Maple Grove, Dylan Focal back deep along with Jet Uzel.
Well, the Maple Grove crowd is in mid-season form as well, John.
Short kick toward the sideline, and it'll be scooped up at the 9-yard line. And a return past the 20 out to the 23-yard line. That's where Maple Grove will have its first possession of the season. And then the more experience definitely on the offensive side of the ball. They lose the Mr. Football finalist in Derek Jamison, but some other good skill position players back, and most of their offensive line back.
Well, good offensive line, not necessarily a huge offensive line, but very athletic. But I'll tell you what, every coach will tell you if there's one guy you could bring back, it's that experienced quarterback, and they definitely have one here.
There's got the numbers last year for Jacob Kilzer. Good passing numbers, good rushing numbers. 14 passing TDs and scored 14 touchdowns on the ground. Only 2 picks.
Well, I think his rushing ability was very underrated last year, and I think that's going to be a big part of their success this year. Obviously, losing Derek Jamison, they need someone to kind of step up, and he's a dual threat.
Kilzer dropping back on the first play of the season. Now he will run. Now he'll throw it, and the ball a little high, deflected, and then caught out of the 42-yard line. So that worked out all right. Will Anderson with the first reception of the season, and Maple Grove will take it.
Well, that's how they drew it up all summer long, right? Working on the tip pass. But I'll tell you what's impressive is you can see already with Kilzer, he's very elusive, but he's not necessarily looking to run. You saw his head, eyes down the field, and if you can buy that much time, there's no defense in high school that can cover guys for 7, 8, 9 seconds like that.
Kilzer under center, 1st and 10 from the 42. He'll roll out to his left, throw, and completion, a short one, but it is a completion out to near the 50-yard line. That's Charlie Roush, the fullback, on the catch, and it'll be a gain of 7.
And again, just getting Kilzer outside of the pocket, that's a low throw. That is a tough catch when you're running back, running to your left like that, having to bend down. Great hands. And an easy throw, easy catch, and now you set up that 2nd and short. Winning first down is so important in these games, especially early in the year.
The whistle. I think maybe the referee just saw the clock. They had set it to 15 minutes as if we were playing college football. And it says 14-14, but obviously should be more like 11-14, I think. All right, now they just caught the error.
Well, there's nothing wrong with adding a few
little
minutes
extra
to the
football,
game.
right?
Come on, we've been waiting all summer for football to start, and here we are. Let's add a few minutes. I like it.
Now it's set to go. 2nd down and 4. Line of scrimmage to 48. Jordan Logbushu with his first carry tonight. A little sidestep move, gets inside Osseo territory to the 45-yard line. First rushing play of the season for the Crimson, and it's a gain of 7. He was a guy that was the backup last year. Early in the season, Derek Jamison got hurt, but they like his potential in the backfield.
Yeah, and really important, I think, to establish him early and often, because that's the biggest thing that you're looking at is who replaces Jamison's, not only his touches, but his explosiveness, right? I mean, he had so many long, explosive touchdown runs. And are they able to kind of reestablish that with a new running back this year?
Kilzer trying to run and only gets about 3 yards down to the 42-yard line before he's tackled.
Yeah.
Osseo, the good defense, I think, it hasn't necessarily shown in the first few plays here, but I think some good size there and some good athleticism. Deshaun Ricks on the tackle there.
Yeah, and a really nice job staying home. And I'll tell you, Kilzer, you know, you look at him, you don't realize how big he is. He's 6'3", almost 200 pounds. That was a great tackle by Ricks just to wrap him up and bring him down.
Got close to 4 yards on the first down rush. Ball at the Osseo 41-yard line. Lagbashu will get his second carry. A little hole off the left side, inside the 35 to the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and another Maple Grove first down. 2 carries and 18 yards for the senior, and 3 first downs in the drive now for the Crimson.
Well, I'll tell you, that play is so effective, and they ran it so well last year where they almost fake. It's a misdirection, like they're going to run a toss sweep one way, and you see those 2 big hogs out pulling to the left there. And a nice job, too, cleaning that hole up and big-time yardage.
Good start for the Crimson offense. 2 passes, 3 rushes so far. First down and 10 from the Osseo 30. Toss right. Lagbashu trying to cut it back up, and well read and defended by Osseo, and there's no gain there.
Yeah, and Bryce Hawthorne that time did a great job of setting the edge, not allowing him to get outside. And I'll tell you, if Osseo can do that, you can see the athletes. Watch this edge set right there. There is nowhere to go. Great pursuit. You see a lot of white jerseys running down the line. That is great team defense right there on first down.
Loss of 1 on the tackle for loss by Hawthorne. So 2nd and 11 from the 31. 2 receivers left for Maple Grove. Kilzer will hand off. It's the fullback, had a big hole up the middle and inside the 20, and going for a first down is Roush, and a gain of 12.
Yeah, no, I think they got it to Lagbashu there up the middle.
Right.
Yeah, they put him at fullback. Just a quick dive, trap right up the middle, a quick hitter. I think it caught Osseo off guard there, and a nice big hole up front. And again, you're going to watch this offensive line with Maple Grove. You're not going to be overwhelmed with their size, but they're all really good athletes. They pull a lot. They got great footwork.
Yeah, it's you're right. Roush right now, the tailback, and Lagbashu is the fullback. He'll get the carry again, breaks a tackle, he's into the open, and he goes for a touchdown. 18 yards and a score. Maple Grove is on the board early.
Yeah, what a drive, right? What a Maple Grove type of drive. Start with a couple of passes and then everything on the ground, inside, outside, some counters, some misdirections, traps. That time just a great kick-out block. And you can see Lagbashu, nice job being elusive, making guys miss. And that's what you got to do. If you're going to be the lead back, you got to make at least one guy miss on every play. And that's how you finish a drive off.
Connor Fournier, coming off a big junior season, blasts this one into the youth football players back behind the end zone. And just like that, Maple Grove down the field and into the end zone.
Well, just a really, really nice block that time by Hunter Gerber, number 66. You see him kind of seal the edge right there. And then right there, nice job making a guy miss, and then that's how you finish a runoff. Lower the shoulder and get those positive yards finishing. And you can see that's what you think of all summer long, right? How are we going to open the year? What is our identity going to be? How do we set the tone for the rest of the year? And that's a great opening drive by the Crimson.
8 plays, 78 yards, 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Down to the field we go to Allie Mosley.
Guys, before the game, I talked to Coach Lombo, asking him where his confidence level is this year with this very senior-heavy, experienced team in comparison to last year's 11-2 team. And he said, you know, it's just different. Last year, they really rode the backs of Derek Jamison. And this year, that load shifts to quarterback Kilzer to really bear that load. Being a dual threat quarterback under center puts expectations high for him to really be the big leader of the team this year. I asked Coach what's the best thing they've got going for the Crimson into game one, and he said being winners. These kids, they really know how to perform. They know how to get that W. But Coach says, you know, Osceo's a really good team. He expects both of these teams to be at the top of the conference at the end of the regular season. Now over for Osseo, Coach Stockhouse says the best thing going for them outside of their size and depth that we've talked about is he said this is the best team unit they've ever had for Osseo. He said it really extends past the captains, really into everyone. He said it is a true cohesive team unit. But how will that fare against a championship caliber Crimson team? Coach said they've got to contain Kilzer, protect the edge, and keep their composure in this one, guys.
Thanks, Allie. Well said, and a lot, I think, for both of these coaches to look forward to this season.
Well, and I think this is a really critical drive, John, because Maple Grove's up 7-0, got an early lead, all the momentum. And for Osseo to kind of turn the tables on the last few years, I think they got to respond now on this drive. This is a really critical drive, in my opinion.
And Maple Grove with a kick through the end zone. That's one thing that they've got really outstanding Yeah, special teams this year. Connor Fournier and Ben Jamison both have strong legs. And you get strong kicking game, field goal, punt, extra points, kickoffs through the end zone. I think it's kind of underrated in high school. You don't see that a lot. You look at Hayden Polpratz. He's making his first varsity career start. A little nerves, I'm sure, for that young man, although he's a senior in his first play. And here's Hawthorne into the open. The big fullback into the secondary and into Maple Grove territory, still on his feet. And all the way down, the ball comes out and picked up by Maple Grove. A run of about 50 yards, and the ball came loose at the end and recovered by the Crimson.
Wow.
Caden Vogel ends up with the football after that was a huge run for Bryce Hawthorne.
You know, what do you say? He's fighting for extra yards at the end of that run. And just, a great opening play, great physical run. Excellent job there by Vogel. Watch him get this ball out at the end. But you love the effort by Hawthorne. Look at him fighting, still going, but a great job. You can see right there, Jackson Powers comes in. I'll tell you, he's got that nose for the ball. You see him rip that ball out. Kind of took a bad bounce, and then Crimson able to catch on it. Vogel able to get on it. You can see Maple Grove turned. What a dramatic turn of emotion there. Osseo excited, great first play, and then the turnover right at the end.
Hawthorne runs for about 50, but then the strip by Powers. Here's Kilzer, rolls out. He'll keep the football. Up the right side. He's got good speed into the secondary and all the way out to the 39. Ahmed Bundu with the tackle for Osseo, but a gain for Kilzer, 19 yards in the first down.
Yeah, great ball fake, and I thought he had Charlie Roush open there in front of him. He decided to tuck it in. I think if Charlie Roush is able to see that he tucked it in and able to get a block down the field, that one might have been able to go even longer than that. But again, great ball fake. And you're seeing too with the Crimson, John, I always talk about this in football, but it's balance, right? You got to be able to win games throwing the football sometimes and running it. If you can do both really well, you are so hard to defend.
4 receivers in this set for the Crimson. Alagbashu, the lone back on 1st and 10 from the 39. And Maple Grove make sure they got the right call, and they called delay of game. Excuse me, didn't get a timeout.
And those are some of the things, early on you expect to see some of those penalties in the first game as well. Prepared as you are, that you can't emulate game speed, game conditions, and especially after a long run like that, it takes time to get everyone down there, to get over to the field and get the play in. And there's a look at Ryan Stockhouse. I can't believe it's his 7th year already.
Right. Yep.
I love him. I love his energy. Every time we talk to him, he's just so positive and so bright, and just a really good football coach.
Kilzer back to pass on 1st and 15 under a rush, gets flushed out, still looking for someone to throw it to. Now throws over the middle, almost intercepted and incomplete. Dangerous pass, nearly picked off. Goes incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 15. Tennyson Donato almost had a pick there at midfield. Good pressure up the middle by Emmanuel Alagbashu, and then the throw under duress.
Yep. Well, that's one of the things you always teach your quarterbacks. Don't throw across your body. And you see kind of the good and the bad right there. Kills are able to extend plays, but trying to make a great play always. Sometimes the right play is just throwing that away and live to fight another day. And instead, that could have been a pick 6. And those are tough when you're rolling left, throwing across your body like that. As Viking fans remember from Brett Favre and the NFC Championship.
Why did you have to bring that up? Matt Lombardi, now his 12th season at head coach. Coached the Crimson in their first Prep Bowl appearance in 2021, 11-2 season. That he was telling us about all the coaches he heard from after that Prep Bowl, saying what a great game it was to watch. It's just terrific football.
What was weird too is both teams. It was Lakeville South.
Yeah.
Same colors, same kind, same style, right? Dominant running football teams, great defenses. I thought the defensive execution in those games were amazing because both teams had potent offenses too, and just really evenly matched in a game that Maple Grove very easily could have won that one as well. And but just a tremendous coach. He's always an innovator on defense. and he gets the best out of his kids, and that's, I think, the highest praise you can give a coach, is that you get the most out of all your kids.
2nd down and 15.
We're raising the roof a lot tonight here with the referees. See an unbalanced left look here. Definitely running to the left.
2nd and 15. And it's a Olagbushu. Gets back the yardage that was lost in the penalty, plus 1 more. Pickup of 6. And now more manageable 3rd down, 9 yards to go.
Yeah, but these are the down and distances. If you're Osseo defensively, you got to win those first 2 downs. Put Maple Grove in a for sure passing down, right? Now you can pin your ears back and potentially get after the quarterback. Your defensive backs are ready for a pass. When it's that 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, you just don't know what they're going to run. And this is where Kilzer so dangerous with his legs. If there's not a receiver open, John, watch how good he is at extending the play and running for a first down.
Quick throw. Will Anderson's got the catch, and he's got a first down. Into Osseo territory, down to the 49, a pickup of 12. 2nd catch tonight for Anderson for 30 yards.
Yeah, nice, great route. It's just a quick slant, 3-step drop, easy throw, easy catch. And if you're going to play soft coverage, Maple Grove takes advantage. And look at that seam, great throw. And that's the one thing, too, Kilzer, his accuracy is so good for a high school quarterback.
Bundu on the tackle, but it's a first down for Maple Grove. They're 5th here of the first quarter from the 49 of Osseo. Kilzer under rush, gets out of trouble, spins to his left, now into the open, and he did a lot to get 4 yards there.
Yeah. But that's a play where 90% of quarterbacks are sacked. Watch him avoid the rush right here. Almost looked like there might have been a breakdown in what the play was. You saw 3 or 4 Orioles get in the backfield. Great job just making something out of nothing.
Good hustle by Vio Kamara. He was the one that had the initial pressure up the middle, but he didn't give up on the play, and he ends up pushing Kilzer out of bounds at the end. 2nd and 6 from the 45 of Osseo. Nearing the midway point of the first quarter. Kilzer will hand off. Olagbushu, nice hole up the middle inside the 35. Gets to the 33-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Crimson.
Yeah, just a really nice job, too. You saw number 55, Gus Gruning, only 6'2", 245 pounds. They got guys that are 215, 230, 245 on that offensive line, but you get the low pads, you get good footwork, good angles. You can move bigger physical defenders, open up holes.
Spot him at the 35, so it's a gain of 10. But another first down for Maple Grove.
But that's where you go back to, too, John, is that Kilzer. If he gets sacked on that first down, you're in 2nd and 16, 2nd and 18. By getting those positive yards, you allow yourself to keep moving the chains.
Olagbushu picks up 12 more, maybe 13 as he gets down to the 23-yard line. Good work up front by the line. Look at them pull, and it's the Roush with a nice lead block out in front as well.
Well, what I love the most there is
Michael Ross, rather.
Olagbushu, not a big guy, John, 200 pounds, built solid. But you see how he finishes those runs? He is not afraid to lower that shoulder and get those extra yards.
From the 23-yard line. Hand off Olagbushu inside the 20-yard line, down to about the 19. He's getting a heavy load here, Ryan. That's 9 carries already for the senior here in the first quarter.
Well, we remember the name Evan Hall, who would get 40, 50 carries in a game. So Coach Lombardi's not afraid if he feels like his running back is a workhorse and can handle it. But that dive play right there, you get the feeling they're running it to keep Osseo honest up at the middle, and you feel like that might be a Kilzer keep coming up here.
On 2nd down and 6. Pitch goes to Henry Stang. Stang, the junior, expected to get some carries in the backfield this year. Gets his first one tonight. A good gain down to the 16-yard line. So 3rd down and short, about 2.5 to go.
Yeah, and this is that down and distance, I think, John. So tough to defend the Crimson because everything in the playbook is open, right, in that 3rd and short.
Osseo uses the timeout here. Their defense has been on the field the entire quarter, except for the kickoffs and the one offensive play.
And I'll tell you, you can run sprints and condition all you want, but game action is so different, especially in this heat, that one of the things you think about is just getting worn out, worn down. And you're right, you can see it when you can run the football, you're wearing those bigger physical guys up front for Osseo out. Good timeout by Coach Stockhouse, and I think also recognizing that this could be a huge play here if they could get a stop.
.408 to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 Crimson, but knocking on the door, looking for more points.
Yeah, I also, when you lose in the prep bowl, like the Crimson did, granted they graduated a lot of players, but these guys that are coming back, these guys that were a part of that team, you got all year to think about that and motivate you. And it's always fascinating to watch how teams respond from just a gut-wrenching loss like that. And you got to think these guys have certainly responded the right way here to start the season.
On third down, the pitch goes to Stang, and he's got a first down. It'll be a 1st and goal for Maple Grove. They fake the little inside handoff, and then the pitch goes to Stang, who gets another carry and picks up a first down.
Well, the key is if you can get the defensive end or linebacker to come down. You see, not a bad job there by number 22. Onofre Sanchez stayed home there, but a great pitch. And how about the trust in your quarterback? Right-handed, but to trust him with a left-handed pitch on a big third down.
Oh, good hit. Handoff, and Longbajou gets hit and only able to get a yard or two there. Shandon Anderson. They get a flag down.
That looked like it was going to be a touchdown. That was a great tackle by Shandon Anderson.
Holding on the offense, number 87, 10 yards for the
offensive holding penalty against Maple Grove. So their second penalty of the drive. They'll push them back to the 14-yard line. So 1st and goal from there. Kilzer fakes the handoff, and Osseo able to stay with Kilzer there and defend that well and stop him for a very short gain.
Oh, I thought Bryce Hawthorne, number 85. Watch him on the bottom of our screen here. He kind of stays home, and then he makes a great decision, realizing Kilzer was going to keep that. Got a great form tackle right there. Nice job, too, by number 33, Kamara, coming in and making that play. That's how you defend that option. Play it outside in like that.
Only 1 yard on the play. 2nd and goal from the 13. Kilzer sets himself, throws, and the ball is complete. Down to the 4-yard line. Riley Bellata with his first catch of the season. It'll be 3rd down and goal from there.
Completed pass to number 88, Riley Bellata.
Yeah, a little sprint out, roll out. Nice, hard, accurate throw, really well defended. Bandu right there. But you made up some of that big chunk here. You got 2 downs from 3 yards out. This is where Kilzer last year was so effective at running the football.
And Alagbashu to the end zone. Crimson think he's in. I don't think he quite got there. No, he is short. It'll be 4th and goal from inside the 1.
It sure looked like with his momentum, he was going to get carried in there. Nice job by Osseo to just kind of hold pat here. Watch the push right there. That was a great hit. Looked like he was going to move forward. That's a good team tackle. You see how close he was. Yeah, and this is where you kind of eliminate everything. You got a big, strong quarterback in Kilzer. He was so good at quarterback sneaks. We saw 14 rushing touchdowns last year. Wouldn't be surprised if they call his name.
Abdul-Alagbashu to the goal line.
Oh.
I don't think he got there. No signal yet, and at this point, I don't think we're going to get a touchdown. How about that stop for Osseo?
Wow.
Great defensive stand by the Orioles.
I am shocked that Kilzer didn't keep that football, John. Kind of a replica of the play that we just saw. Look at how, yeah, you could see, I mean, his knee was almost in the end zone, but he turned his body, and then just great team tackling there by Osseo, just driving him backwards, and he is about as close as you can get to that goal line at about the 1 inch line. What a stand there by Osseo.
Again, they've only had the ball one play on offense. It went for 50-plus yards, but then a fumble at the end, and now they're backed up well inside the one. I mean, they're like about the foot line.
Well, this is where you got to be careful, right? With Maple Grove, great blitzes, penetration in the backfield. You don't want to have a safety here.
Poltrat's giving it to Hawthorne, and they might have gotten a safety. They're going to give them forward momentum. I think they... Oh, yeah, one referee called the safety. The other one was coming in from the side, and it is going to be 2 points for Maple Grove.
That's the scary part. You got to be able to hold up front, get a little bit of a push. And that's where you almost run a quarterback sneak, making sure you try to get some positive yards. Just great penetration. How about that backfield penetration by Caden Volkow? Yeah, look at that hit.
And Tanner Allbeck. And
I mean, you got 6 crimson jerseys there in the end zone.
Max Johnson in there. Jet Uzel. And so while Osseo prevents the touchdown, one play later, they give up 2 points.
You know, plays like that, I always think, John, when you're backed up like that, you either sneak it and try to give yourself a couple of quick, easy yards, or I always think, too, do you take a shot down the field, right? See if you can catch them off guard, and maybe you get a big play out of it. But there's that quick, athletic front 7 of the Crimson, great penetration, able to get the safety.
And now Maple Grove offense will get it right back. The Osseo looks like they're going to end the first quarter with just 2 offensive plays.
Well, and the other thing, too, you got to think about, John, is that means their defense is going to be back on the field again. And they've been on the field for pretty much the entire game here so far.
Maple Grove already 23 plays from scrimmage. The 2 for Osseo.
Jet Uzel and Dylan Vocal to receive.
Kick is handled, drop, picked up. Returned out past the 40 to midfield. And a pretty good return by Jet Uzel. You'll remember his brother Jace was a starting linebacker on this team a year ago. Jet, now a senior, getting his chance to play linebacker and some special teams, and a good return there on the free kick, getting it to midfield.
Yeah, so you have a short field here for Crimson. And one thing we've seen, too, over the years with Coach Lombardi is after a turnover or after a big play, he's not afraid to take chances offensively, reverses, double passes, taking shots down the field. So see if he kind of holds true to that. He's really got great feel, great timing for when to take chances, when to take shots.
First and 10, just inside the Osseo side of the 50. Kilzer will hand it off. Stang hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss back at the 47. Good penetration. Then we get a flag in the air after the whistle, it looks like. Tackle made by Anderson along with Emmanuel Alagbashu. The referees will discuss what we had here.
Shannon Anderson's had himself a nice game here so far. That's not the first time we've seen him 3-4 yards deep in the backfield making a great play.
Dead ball foul. Personal foul on Maple Grove. So 4-yard loss and then a 15-yard penalty on top of it. They move Maple Grove back to their 32. See if we can pick up anything. After the whistle, nothing there.
I think maybe Maple Grove thought there might have been a late hit there kind of coming in. And
yep, and then we had.
Yep, trying to clear some of the Osseo guys off of there. You hear that whistle, you got to stop. And that's one of the things coaches will talk to you about, those penalties. Those kind of penalties can just kill a drive.
Kilzer, first deep throw of the night, and well overshooting Cooper Schmidt, the intended receiver. Pretty well covered downfield as well by Ahmed Bondu.
Yeah, it might have been a miscommunication there on that route. It looked like Kilzer was going deep down the sideline, and Schmidt maybe doing something a little shorter up the middle of the field, but nothing home. Nice job staying home there too.
Under a minute to play here, and Maple Grove will use its second timeout here of the opening quarter. Osseo has used one already.
I'll tell you what, this Osseo defense, you know, they've obviously, they gave up that first drive, but had a huge stop. Now the turnover and the safety, and now, you know, putting Maple Grove into third and extremely long, third and almost 30. Doing a nice job, I think, of responding here and keeping their team into the game here. And that's right there you're looking at. That's the fun part about high school sports and football. It's fall, end of the summer. Kids maybe dreading going to school, but loving this kind of stuff, right? Coming together and showing school spirit, and you know, classes. When it's your senior year, it just feels different. You feel like it's your school, your team, your year, and fun to see kids on both Osseo and Maple Grove side just enjoying it and supporting their teammates.
There's a full house on the home side, and pretty good crowd on the visitor side as well. Here we go on second and long. Kilzer going deep and incomplete. Again, well covered by Osseo.
Yeah, Temison Donato, great job just staying deep, and I love that. That's your only job, right? On 3rd and 30, nothing gets behind you. Well coached, and again, you saw white jerseys glued to the receivers of Maple Grove. And it's tough to hit those deep passes, John, on that kind of a scenario, right? You know, when it's 3rd and 4, then maybe you catch them off guard and you can hit a deep pass. But when it's, snap over the head.
Chased down by Fournier in his end zone. It's still going to be able to get a kick away, but it's going to be high and not terribly deep. And it's going to be great field position for Osseo. They will get the ball back before the end of the quarter here at the 24-yard line of Maple Grove. Huge break for Osseo.
Huge break, but I thought a great job. That a lot of players would have just downed it and taken a safety. This is a pretty heads-up play. You see him turning around, you know, understanding he had time, and obviously he rushed his punt, didn't get a great one off, but at least able to get it out of the red zone a little bit. And now Osseo's got to capitalize on this. Down 9-0 on the road. You got a big break here. This is where you got to pound it in and get a score.
They get up to the line quickly. First down and 10. Give to Hawthorne. And to go behind Jerome Williams on that big right side, and he'll get down to the 21-yard line, a gain of 3. Williams on that side, and also the big tight end, Antonio Fondren.
Yeah, you got about 550 pounds over on that right side. You're going to see him run behind him. That's the play they ran when they had the big gain there to start their offense in the first quarter here. They got to keep going, keep marching.
Should be the final play of the quarter. It's second down run down to the 16-yard line. It'll bring up a third down. And Antoine Blasingame, the senior, with his first carry tonight. It'll be third down And about 2 to go when we start the second quarter. We had a lot going on in that first 12 minutes of play. A touchdown and a safety for Maple Grove. First quarter in the books on CCX. 9-0. Crimson lead the Orioles. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV. Ready to start the second quarter of football on CCX. 9-0 Maple Grove leading Osseo, but the Orioles on the move perhaps here. A third down and short inside the Maple Grove 20-yard line at the 16.
Yeah, when you get short fields and opportunities, you just got to take advantage of it. And I like what they did there on those first 2 downs. I mean, there wasn't no slow developing runs. They were quick hitters right on the right side. You could see them going right behind big number 77, Jerome Williams. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him do it again and just keep riding that matchup.
Bennett Williams.
Let's see, they moved him to the left side. Let's see if we get a run here to the left side.
Under center,
Yep.
hands the ball off, and the turn sideways there is Blasingame. I don't think he got anything. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. Maple Grove ready for that run. It'll be 4th down and 2, Ryan.
Yeah, and interesting, you can see they're moving number 77, Jerome Williams, around the line of scrimmage. And I'm wondering if Maple Grove is picking up on that tell, kind of where he goes is which direction to play. Here we see him on the right side.
Alan Joe on the tackle. Big play here for Osseo on 4th and 2.
And went with a hard count, trying to get the Crimson, knowing they're aggressive, try to get them to jump.
Potratz will give it, and a first down run. Hawthorne's got it to the 15 down to the 12-yard line. Pick up a 4. Hawthorne's 3rd carry tonight. And Osseo on the doorstep now.
Just a quick dive right up the middle. Hawthorne, 6'3", 250 pounds, John. He is a big physical kid, and he showed his speed, in that first carry of the game.
Play next year at South Dakota State.
Yeah, he looks like a football player.
1st and 10 from the Maple Grove 12. They'll get it to him again. They turn him sideways a little bit, and he's only able to get about a yard that time. Maple Grove not with the size, but they're able to pursue well. They get upfield pretty quick, Ryan, and find the little gaps when they can and make the tackle there after a short gain.
Well, I think one thing that Coach Lombardi does such a good job, maybe better than anyone in the state, is he teaches his second level, his linebackers, his defensive secondary, how to pursue and how to make tackles. And that's why you'll find he'll put a lot of his best athletes in those positions. And so they might be outgunned up front as far as size, but the number of bodies and the way they tackle.
Run to the left side and breaking a tackle and into the end zone. Osseo with a touchdown. B.G. Zacchio in for the score, 11 yards, and Osseo's on the board. His first carry tonight.
Well, he made the most of it. I thought he was going to get tackled 2 or 3 different times, John. He did a great job of using his arm, his off arm, keeping the defender at bay, and just kept those legs moving and got into the end zone. That was just all heart on that run, and what a response here for the Orioles.
Extra point try is up and through from A.J. Miller, and Osseo takes advantage of the bad snap on the punt late in the first quarter, and they turn it into points here to start the second. Good.
Yeah, there's a missed tackle. Look at him use that arm and those legs, kind of keep the defender at bay. Watch his right arm right there. And you can see he got it right into the chest of the defender there, and that was Cooper Schmidt. who's a very good tackler. And if you can kind of keep him at bay, doesn't allow him to get into his body, and then he just uses the strength to get out and finish that run into the end zone. Well blocked, well executed, great response, great job taking advantage of the opportunity. You know, and what you have now, John, remember we had a safety, potentially another score. You were on the verge of kind of seeing that snowball effect. But because of that mistake, because Osseo was able to score, now you got a team that believes, right? You got a team that believes. They're down 9-7. Totally different ball game than what the direction it appeared to be headed in.
Yeah, you had the bad snap, but then also I thought that dead ball foul, that 15-yard penalty after the loss. Not a good defensive play was huge too. It really didn't give Osseo or Maple Grove a very good chance to get a first down. Jamison Travis to kick off. Be taken, to bounce at the 15. Scrambling to get it was Uzel, and he gets to the 20. It took a bounce he wasn't expecting to, spun away from him. Just get back on it, and so Maple Grove will have the ball at their 21-yard line.
Yeah, good coverage too. And you feel, maybe for the first time in a couple of years, John, that Osceo's got some momentum during a game, right? They're putting it together here. Now you got your defense who's played pretty well at a great last series. And these were the kind of drives that Maple Grove last year was always able to respond. When they needed a drive, they needed a big play, they seem to always be able to come up with it.
Let's see if they do here from their 21-yard line. Ball that's on the ground, and Maple Grove recovers. Ooh, that would have been big.
I could see who recovered it for the Crimson, but very heads-up play by someone on the offensive line.
Recovered by Charlie Ross.
Charlie Ross, the fullback on it.
Oh, yeah. Those plays scare me too, because as a quarterback, your legs are in there and everyone's diving. I get nervous for those.
Kilzer on second down, airs it out right side, gets the completion to Will Anderson near the first down stick. Tackled right there where he caught the ball. And then we'll see where they mark it. Bundu on the tackle. He's been all over the field tonight for Osseo.
Yeah, you can see, that's a tough throw. That's a long throw. You can see the arm strength of Kilzer. Really nice route. Kind of call that a dig route, where you're driving hard and you come back, and it's going to be enough for the first down, but pretty well covered too by Osseo. It's a good throw and a good catch.
So 3 catches for Anderson tonight. And it's a new set of downs for Maple Grove from their 30. And a tackle for loss back at the 17-yard line. Number 91, Emmanuel Ogbaju, in on the tackle.
Well, we talk about Osseo and their size and physicality. Ogbaju, 6'2", 285 pounds. And he's got great feet. You can see the footwork there. Great first step. Able to get 3-4 yards in the backfield. Look at that penetration for that size. That's great quickness. And if he gets his arms around you, John, I'm going to tell you, you're not going very far.
2nd and 13, back at the 27. Under 8 minutes to play in the first half. All Maple Grove early, but Osseo with some momentum lately and a score. And this is going to be a dead play. We're going to have a penalty here.
Yeah, it looked like everyone was moving just before the ball was snapped.
Next Friday, their first road game at Tutino Grace. What a discussion for thought there was some motion. I thought it was a fairly straightforward call, but perhaps not.
Prior to the snap, full start on the offense. Number 1, 5-yard penalty.
All right.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. Number 45, 15 yards from the run. First, second down.
So you heard the call, the 5-yard penalty on Cooper Schmidt, and then Deshaun Ricks gets a personal foul penalty. Not enough to give them the first down, though.
Well, that's big because you were looking at 2nd and 18 there, and instead now you have 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4. That's a big penalty.
Line of scrimmage is the Maple Grove 37. Kilzer on the rollout, some pressure from behind, lost it downfield and incomplete. Intended receiver is Anderson.
I'll tell you what, the secondary for Osseo, John, has been outstanding tonight. They're not biting, they're not coming up on shallow routes. They are staying home, and that time Lawson game did a great job, number 5, of staying deep, and there just hasn't been anywhere to go down the field. You almost get the feeling, John, that Osseo's saying no big plays, right? Maybe we give them chunks, we give them, plays, but we're not allowing that home run play that Maple Grove is so good at getting.
Third down, Kilzer will use his feet and get the first down on the keeper and get out to the 49-yard line, a pickup of 12.
What did you think, John? We were talking to Coach Lombardi, and his praise of Jacob Kilzer as far as being one of the best athletes and football players he's ever had here at Maple Grove. And I'll tell you, you can see him when he's able to run. He's elusive. He's got great speed. Obviously a strong arm. But really kind of neat to hear his head coach talk about what he thought of him and where he holds him as far as being one of the best players he's ever coached here at Maple Grove.
Puts him in the top 5 of the athletes he's ever had here. First down and 10 from the 49. Agwashu cutting back to his right and gets a gain of 6. His 13th carry tonight.
Yeah, that was a nice cut. He was heading left there, and there wasn't much room. And just a quick little shift back to the right, cut up the field, and able to get 6-7 yards out of it. You're going to see right here, watch it, sees that there's nowhere to go, and good running backs make that one step, and it doesn't look like much, but it's the difference between getting no yards and they're getting 6 yards.
130 yards rushing unofficially for Maple Grove so far here in the first half. Second down and 4. Agwashu will get the carry, and he'll get a couple more yards down to the 43-yard line, pickup of 2.
I'll tell you, you're trying to replace Derek Jamison, and the whole team wonders if you're going to do it, right? Are we going to be able to replace that? And I'll tell you, for that young man, for Olagwachu, like the confidence you get of doing it now and having success, now you relax, now you become even better as you feel comfortable.
On 3rd and short for Maple Grove. And a handoff inside. The first carry tonight for Tanner Albeck. Remember, he was the fullback last year in front of Derek Jamison. Really had a good season for them. They moved him to primarily linebacker this year, but he will play some offense. Caught their only touchdown pass in the Prep Bowl last year. He's a good receiver, and he gets a crucial first down there, picking up 4.
Yeah, he had some great catches last year, and he's so strong and athletic, and you could see that presence that he has of being able to get that yardage up the middle. If they can pound that, it's going to open up Kilzer and Olagwachu on the outside as well.
From the 39, they'll give it to Albeck again, and he's inside the 35. 34 could pick up a 5 yards. He'll take 5 yards every time, right?
Well, it's just a great push, and you can see the quickness of that offensive line by the Crimson, just firing off the ball. And when you get Albrecht, if he can just get a head of steam going, you give him a little seam with his size and strength, he's going to be able to move the pile forward and get you 4 or 5 yards.
Play brought down by number 50, Jerome Williams.
2nd and 5. Maple Grove from their 34 of Osseo. Leading 9-7 here. Being late in the quarter. Here's Kilzer. There's a flag down. He's got a first down. He's down inside the 20, but flag in a spot where a lot of time you'll see an offensive holding call.
Yeah, Kamara, number 33 for Osseo, was held there, and you could see right away he threw his arms up, did a nice job of making sure the officials saw it too. Great ball fake. You see the defense kind of suck in, but there's the hole right on the left of our screen.
Holding on the offense, number 66, 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
They'll wipe out the first down, and Maple Grove back to the 41-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 12 from there. We talked about hydration before the game with the coaches, and Kilzer looks like he's struggling a little bit with it here early in the game, right?
Well, it isn't. It's just different. This heat, I mean, it's with the humidity, it's feeling, like it's 80 plus. You get cramping. You can feel sick. You feel overheated. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Osseo now will use its 2nd timeout.
Might be a blessing for Maple Grove there too to get a little breather. And as a quarterback too, he runs a lot. He's also running to the sideline every play to get the play. So it's a lot of running and sweating, and it's definitely something that you gotta watch. And you gotta remind guys, keep drinking.
Well, Osseo's kind of like the position they're in, Brian. Man, they go down 7-0. They get the goal line stand. Granted, give up a safety on the next play, but then they're able to hold Maple Grove. They come back, get a touchdown of their own, and then they're playing pretty well in this drive defensively.
It was 9-0 after the safety. Maple Grove with the short field, and then Osseo's defense did a great job forcing the punt, the bad snap, and then they go down and score. So to be 9-7, where it very easily could have been 16-0. And a completely different feeling. I give all the credit in the world to the Orioles for being resilient. And Coach Stockhouse talked about that. He's like, this is a group that they're going to finish games, whether we win or lose. Collectively, they're fighters. And you could see that here tonight. I think maybe in years past, Osseo would have just kind of kept compounding the mistakes. And, we could have seen a 3-4 score game by now. But they've done a great job of answering back.
On 2nd and 12 after the penalty, big hole for Olagbashu, and he gets down to the 30-yard line. They'll be shy of the first down, but picked up a big chunk there. Gains 11 yards, and he's up over 95 yards rushing now.
I'll tell you, watch the fake here. Almost like it's a toss to the left, and it's not much, but you get those linebackers that pursue. They take a step or two that direction. Then you got guys pulling to the backside, leading out in front. It's just a devastating play to prepare against and to stop.
3rd and a little more than 1. Referee stopped the play for a moment. Now we're ready to go again. Kilzer back up under center. Give to Albeck, first down. And Tanner Albeck spins his way down to the 20-yard line and picks up 11 yards.
I'll tell you, it's made a huge difference with him in the game, hasn't it? They've ran that play. Even though, remember, Kilzer kept it and got that big gain. It was called back due to a penalty, but having that threat up between the tackles, it's effective, and it's also setting up an option and a keeper for Kilzer. I wouldn't be surprised to see him fake it here. Maybe not this play, but at some point in this drive, keep it and go for a big gain.
1st and 10, just inside the Osseo 20. They'll stay on the ground until Olagbashu gets a block. He's to the 15, to the 10, trying to turn the corner, and gets all the way down to the 5-yard line before Blasingame brings him down. A pickup of 15. It's 1st and goal for Maple Grove, and Olagbashu over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, and I want you to watch this replay. Watch the lead block right there. Look at just some great kick-out blocks. And then again, a little hesitation, and then Olagbashu able to turn on the jets. You can see his speed. Gets to the outside. That was, it kind of made, 15 yards out of not much there. That was just a great run, but some good blocking by those athletic offensive linemen of the Crimson.
Now it's Maple Grove looking to respond after the Osseo score. The pitch back to Alogbaju, and he is brought down for a loss at the 6. Raphael Matt, senior linebacker, on the tackle, and now we got an Osseo player hurt as well.
Alogbaju brought down by name.
And it's Deshaun Ricks, one of their defensive linemen, number 45, and he's had a good game here tonight.
And you hope on a night like this it's just cramps, right?
Yep.
You don't know that yet, but you hope that's it, all it is.
Yeah, when they start stretching like that, a lot of times it's the cramps. That's why halftime is going to be big tonight. Hopefully, as the sun goes down, temperature drops a little bit, but these guys got to be eating oranges and bananas and drinking lots of Gatorade and water at halftime. Tell you what, I always wonder have you ever had a cramp, John?
Yes. Oh, yes.
I know people.
It is as painful as anything you can have, right?
We see it all the time. You're like, it's just a cramp, and it does get better, but man, it does hurt. Yeah, nice tackle. Great job coming up, making that tackle by May.
So 2nd down and goal. Again from the 6, and he's still down. And you got to wait a moment to be able to pull him up, right? We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. More football on CCX right after this. Sean Rook's able to get to the sideline. I would expect we'll see him back, Ryan. I think he just needs to get hydrated, and perhaps not this series, but hopefully yet tonight in the game.
Well, it's crazy nowadays. You see all these athletes in high school and college, NFL, with the Theradrills, the little massagers on the sidelines. I'm surprised they're not getting that massage gun out there and getting those calves and thighs work done.
2nd and goal. Pitch, Alogbaju got some room on the right, so then cuts it back up the middle and scores a touchdown. Looked like that was going to go outside, right? And then he saw the lineups in the middle and goes in for a score.
Well, I was about to say really well defended by Osseo. They kind of set the edge again, but I'll tell you what, Alogbaju, I've been really impressed with his vision and his ability to make quick decisions. He was patient that time, kind of waiting for it to develop to get to the outside. And then just in a flash, cut it upfield, and you can see he's got that explosive speed. And I'll tell you, you're taught don't let that ball outside. You saw great pursuit by Osseo to the outside, and if you get a running back who can cut it up the field with speed like that, sometimes there's a seam. And you're going to kind of see what I'm talking about. Look at the patience. He wants to get outside right there, head up. Sees exactly a seam where he wants to go. Watch him cut back to his left right there. You can see Osseo over pursuing a little bit. Big time play.
Takes the biggest hit right at the end from his own offensive lineman. He gets knocked down by Hunter Gerber and Gus Grunig.
In midair, Gerber was already bending over like, whoa, I didn't mean to get you that hard. Yeah, that's fun.
They like that offensive line. Gerber, one of the captains. Seth Petrie, Christian Platic, who missed all of last year with an injury, is the starting center this year. Max Strahan, Gus Grunig, really good group up front.
Okay, so John, you got to explain to me, your son Jack plays for the Crimson, so he knows all these people. What is the Hawaiian theme? Why is it in Maple Grove?
They
seems to do it more often.
Right, they love the Hawaiian theme. There's always a theme night.
And who makes that decision?
That's a good question. I don't have that knowledge. Maybe we can. Allie can ask that in the post game if Maple Grove wins.
Yeah, Allie, when you're interviewing Coach Lombardi at halftime, find out who makes the call on what the theme is.
I'm guessing Coach Lombardi does not know.
I think we got to get a CCX theme night where everyone's dressed up like you, me, Jay, Allie.
Jamison on the kickoff with 2 minutes to play here in the first half. And again, another touchback for Maple Grove. So Osseo will start it at the 20. And again, that prevents any kind of run back, obviously, for Osseo or whoever the opponent is.
When you mentioned, that earlier, that having that touchback will get, most people in high school, most teams put their good athletes, their explosive players, to return kicks. And if you can eliminate that chance of a big return, big play, it's a weapon. Special teams can definitely win you football games.
So Potrat's back on the field to see what Osseo decides to do here, how risky they want to get with 2 minutes to go, one timeout remaining and at their own 20-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. If we want to run to the right side, a pickup of 7. That's Vecchio, who had the touchdown on the last Osseo drive, his second carry tonight for now 18 yards.
I like how he runs, and I love that pre-snap motion, so you kind of get your momentum going. It allows you to get to the edge a little bit quicker. Love that.
Clock is running. Podrat steps back now. He's not thrown a pass yet tonight. Everything has been on the ground, and Osseo has not had a lot of offensive snaps, but they have all been running plays to this point. Misdirection and give to the 29-yard line, a little bit shy of the first down. Sawyer Nelson, senior running back, and they will give him the first down, 4 yards.
Wow. I thought that was for sure a yard short of the first down, but nice little counter there. And counters can be effective against the Crimson. They do such a good job. Their athletes are so good at pursuing the ball that if you can ever catch them over pursuing, you might be able to hit something.
Zacchio gets the carry, a couple of yard gain before he's tackled from behind by Jet Uzel. It'll be second down and 8. And Osseo, you'll take its final timeout here.
Yeah, it's kind of that tricky situation, John, with 30 seconds left. You got a quarterback making his first start. Do you take a shot and try to get a big play? But the last thing you want to do is potentially have a sack, a fumble, or interception, or something where you give the ball to the Crimson. Are you just happy to pound the rock here and go into halftime? Osseo will get the ball to start the second half as well.
Maple Grove does have one timeout remaining, so they could, if they decide to go with a running play, they could stop the clock one more time. I gotta think you're going to play pretty close to the vest here, right?
I would. Well, you just think of two of the, I know we don't keep track of time of possession, but it's got to be 85% Maple Grove, would you say, so far in this first half?
Yeah.
Number of plays, too. I mean, Osceo's had success running the football.
And they do run the ball again. And now to the 35 to the 36-yard line. It's Hawthorne with carry, his 5th carry tonight. Gain of 4, all back on the tackle. Clock is running. 15 seconds to go. Conrad's throw one up for the first time tonight and gets the completion. Down to the Maple Grove 40. Catch made by Iggy Cooper, sophomore. They'll have to spike it to be able to get one more playoff here. And they do with 5 seconds left in the half.
Well, remember that clock stops in high school while they move the chain. So nice job by Osseo. Getting up on the line of scrimmage. First pass of his high school career. Got in the air a lot, but I'll tell you what, nice job by Iggy Cooper kind of waiting for it and then going up and getting it. And that's where, as a Maple Grove defender, you see that ball in the air hanging like that, you got to go make that play. But now things get, 5 seconds left. Now you might have time to take at least a shot at the end zone or close to it.
From the 40-yard line, the Rats will be able, presumably, to get it to the end zone with the last play of the half, barring a defensive penalty. Well, the Rats not going to be able to step up. Tried to step up, but Maple Grove was waiting for him there and able to make the tackle for loss and end the first half.
And Max Draheim, number 54, coming on a blitz there.
And that is the end of the first half of play. Each team with a touchdown in the second quarter, Ryan, and we go to halftime at 16-7 Crimson.
Yeah, just kind of a fun game, some big plays. Osseo, I think, playing really well. Both teams doing what they do well, right? Being physical, running the football. Osseo doing a nice job. Maple Grove, a couple of nice long drives as well. It's been a fun game so far. And pretty well played, I think, for your first half of football for a year. Not a ton of penalties, some pretty sharp offenses, some great defensive plays. So we've kind of had a little bit of everything.
Ryan Stockhouse making his way to the sideline, and now over to Allie Mosley here at halftime for our first halftime interview coming up in just a moment. And let's go down to Allie now.
Coach, your offense barely touched the ball in the first quarter. Second quarter, things changed. Explain the tale of two quarters.
Well, they're doing well offensively, sustaining drives. We got to do a better job containing their quarterback and shutting them down. We want to be on the field offensively. I think we can do well when we get on the field and run the ball. So we just got to work on pad level defensively, containing the quarterback. We've touched the ball carrier a lot in the backfield, but we're not finishing tackles, so that's what we got to improve on.
What were some highlights that you think, gosh, let's bring that into the second half. This is a positive for us.
I think that we've shown some explosiveness on defense, but like I said, we just got to finish our tackles. And offensively, I think we'll be fine. We just got to get on the field.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll hear from Matt Lombardi before the start of the second half. Our halftime score here, Maple Grove 16, Osseo 7. More CCX football after this.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure.
$1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Maple Grove 16, Osseo 7. Halftime here tonight. The sun is set or setting, Ryan. The temperature cooled off a little bit here. And youth football night here at Maple Grove. See a lot of youth football players in the end zone. Over 500 players registered in Maple Grove youth football. It's Dave Malenke Youth Football Night. Dave was a founding member of the board, passed away unexpectedly 18 months ago, but was such a big part of getting youth football started in this community. And all the kids you see out here tonight in varsity and Crimson, or a great majority of them came up in that program, and these young guys here will be part of it in the next few years.
That's got to be one of the largest youth programs in the state. I mean, just the number of them. And you can tell when a program's successful when their youth show up and are excited. You see how excited they are to be out there and be a part of this. So success breeds success. Going to that prep bowl, these young kids got to see that, and they want to emulate it someday.
Now, Osseo, as you mentioned, will get the second half kickoff first. Let's look at the first half highlights, though. And a great first drive for Maple Grove. That was textbook how you want to play it coming out of the summer workouts, right? And then they're stopped on their next drive, but then they get a safety, and it's 9-0 early for Maple Grove. But then after a missed snap on a punt, Osseo gets a short field, and early in the second quarter, a tough, hard run into the end zone for an Osseo touchdown. B.J. Zachiel getting in for the score. Jordan can jog with you, then able to answer with the score late. The second quarterback, or touchdown run rather, for the senior back tonight.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the biggest questions coming into this is, could you replace Derek Jamison? And Olagbachu has done a nice job. I'll tell you, you look at that and you just see the total yards, 240 to 108, and the rushing yards, 183. Maple Grove really controlling the ball, and just number of plays is probably 4-1 in favor of Maple Grove. Osseo, you heard, Coach talk about it at halftime. If they've been able to be successful on offense, they just need the ball more, need more plays. So getting the ball to start the second half, that's going to be big. See if they can't march down, get a score, and make this a one-possession game again.
Well, the 240 to 108 on the total offense, but again, only 9 points down is Osseo, and it was. Now they need a sustained drive. They get the score on the short drive. The defense, despite giving up that many yards, I thought it had not played poorly in the first half, right?
Well, you got to remember too, their first offensive play was a 50-something yard run that ended in a fumble, and otherwise they've really done a nice job. Even to end the half there, they were moving the football. So they've been able to move the football. They just need to get the ball, keep the ball, sustain a drive, put a score up, and then, I think really, they talked about it too, is just being able to get stops defensively, get the ball back, see if they can switch the time of possession here in the second half.
9-point lead. Good crowd on hand on the Osseo side as well tonight. Have come out for this opener.
I'm just excited, John. We're not seeing the baby powder halftime that we saw last year.
That was horrible. Allie Mosley's on the sideline, and it's got Coach Matt Lombardi with her.
Oftentimes we see the first 2 quarters of a season are a little sloppy, a little messy. You guys had a pretty impressive first quarter. What'd you like that you saw?
I thought the kids played hard. Like I said, we made mistakes. We didn't score on the 1 yard line on that one, and then the punt snapped. So we've kind of given them life, and that's we talked about that. You can't do that as a team. That if you have high expectations, you got to know to bury people, and we didn't do that. So now we're in a dogfight, and we got to play well in the second half, and hopefully we win this third quarter.
Other than burying people out there, what was addressed at half that you really want to change to make sure you can spread out this score a little bit more towards the end?
I think just finishing their plays. I think we did a good job. I think we're being a little bit more of a methodical team this year. Last year we were a lot of big plays. You can see that last drive was a lot of chip and charge, but that's what I think we're going to be. That's fine, but I think we just got to take advantage. I hope our D gets a 3 and out, gives us the ball, and puts us in a position we can get to that 3-score lead.
And what do you think of Kilzer's play in the first half?
Pretty good, considering he puked about 9 times, and he was dehydrated, and then he had a cramping hand, so we had some obstacles. So it was tough play calling, but we got her done to save him a little bit. But he's a tough sucker, so I'll go to war with him any day.
I'm sure he hydrated up at half. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Guys.
We did see him throw up at least once on camera, and so
he looked like he was
very
hurting
proud
out
of
there.
that,
Yeah,
right?
he looked like he was tired. But yeah, I love what he just ended that with too, John. As I go to war with that kid any day, you can tell the affection he has for him.
16-7, Crimson over the Orioles. Second half on CCX after this. Back at Maple Grove High School, ready for the second half. Maple Grove Osseo, John Jacobson, Ryan Iverson. They both Mosley on the call here tonight. A warm start to the season, Thursday, September 1st. Ryan, did you remember back to your high school days, way back at Eden Prairie? Did you have hot games like this to start the season? Do you remember any specifically?
I don't remember it being so hot, but I remember it was weird that it was bright out when the game started, you know, because as you get into the year, obviously, you know, it's going to start getting dark at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and so you just associate night games with high school football. So it was always kind of weird when it was still bright out, and I like those cold games. I always felt like, you know, the tougher you were, you liked it colder, and it just feels more like football. So, but it's also can be miserable for a lot of people, and I know the fans, it's miserable when it's cold out. So let's enjoy the nice weather while we got it here.
Jamison on the kickoff to start the second half. Into the end zone again, through the end zone.
He's got three for three on the touchbacks. He does. He's got a leg.
And more importantly, getting back to the early seasons, you ever puke 9 times in a half?
that is, you know, that's one thing, John. I hear all these people, you know, they talk about conditioning and throwing up. I never ever had that. During conditioning, it never made me sick. But I can tell you that's a quick way to get dehydrated when you get your fluids out of you like that. But
you were a finely tuned athlete, though. That's why.
Many moons ago.
First and 10, Osseo trying to erase this 9-point deficit to start the second half. Podrich will hand off. Breaking a tackle, the line of scrimmage, getting to the outside. And a run for Ezekiel out to midfield. Had the touchdown run earlier. And Ezekiel here picks up 30 yards, nearly 30 yards, 28 officially.
I like how he runs. I'll tell you what, watch number 8, Max Johnson almost made a great play there, but a nice job kicking it outside. And I'll tell you what, he's been electric tonight, and Osseo really has done well running the football. Able to get outside.
47 yards on 4 carries for the senior back. And a great first play to start the second half for the orange and black. Ezekiel, a hesitation move, and they get a flag. He picked up a couple, but I'm guessing we're going to get holding here on Osseo.
And these are the things that can just derail a good drive, right, John? Penalties and, you know, negative plays. You got to just keep the positive plays going, keep the drive going, keep getting good down and distances.
It is an offensive holding penalty.
Well, and remember, too, it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And so you remember earlier in the game, Maple Grove got a holding, but it was only a loss of about 3 or 4 yards because the holding took place down the field. That one took place behind the line of scrimmage or right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like about 11 yards back from where the line was. So first and 21 for Osseo, where they are at the 37.
You know, and the problem is when it's this down in distance, if you do try a pass, the defense can know it's coming. They can pin their ears back, get a pass rush.
A misdirection play of only a short gain. Allbeck read that one pretty well and able to make the tackle on Sawyer Nelson after a gain of just 1. Nelson with his second carry tonight.
And pretty impressive that time. Allbeck came from kind of the opposite end of the field there and just ran him down and got him with one arm. But I'll tell you, you can tell the way Osseo has been able to run the ball and being in good down and distances. They are not set up with a quarterback like Potratz. It just doesn't have the experience. They're not set up for long down and distances.
Ezekiel trying to get outside, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Maple Grove, Allbeck was there again, had help as well. Max Johnson and others in on the tackle for loss.
That was always a tricky thing with Maple Grove is they look like they're bringing pressure, and you never know if they're really coming or if they're disguising it. And so you're not really sure what gaps are going to be coming or who's going to be coming when you're on the offensive line, and that can screw up your timing a little bit.
Third and very long here for Osseo. First drive of the second half. And Osseo's got to use a timeout. Weren't quite set for that play. Got up to the line of scrimmage late and have to burn a timeout. Roll for some cooler nights ahead, Ryan. I don't know that we'll have one necessarily tomorrow night. We've got another high school football game, Brooklyn Center hosting Minneapolis Edison, but hopefully in a week or two at the most. Some cooler nights, but it's a little tough when you start the season.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it just can wear on you. And so it's about being tough right now, mentally tough. Everyone's tired. Everyone's going to be feeling sore. You're not used to getting hit like this, right? Guys don't hit as much in practice. So it's I always found that the recovery after the first week in high school was hard because, you didn't hit as much in practice. You really felt the bruises and the soreness after the first game. It took you a while to kind of recover. Maybe not till Tuesday or Wednesday of the following week did you start feeling better.
3rd and 22 for Osseo. Bodratz, short drop, brings it down under pressure and he fumbled. He is hit and fumbled. Ball is out. Looks like Maple Grove got on it. Yes, they did. And the second fumble recovery tonight for the senior linebacker, Caden Vocal.
Yeah, he's been in the right place at the right time. That play, Potratz looked to initially throw, didn't have the time, rolled down. That's where you got to have that internal clock. Couldn't see.
Uziel came up and got the hit on him, came from behind around.
Oh, yeah.
Jed Uziel's not a big guy,
no.
and he's able to get around the tackle and then force the fumble. That was a hard hit and forced the ball loose.
Oh.
And there's Vocal again.
See him get kicked in the head there by accident after his helmet had already come off.
And a little slow to get up and off the field is Amos Sua, the offensive lineman.
Well, I'll tell you, it's funny, John. This game for Osseo has been a quick high followed by an immediate low, right? The first run of the game, big yards, fumble, right? Here, first run of the drive, a big, nice yard, chewing drive, and then a penalty, and then 3 bad plays. There's another second turnover on the night. And now Maple Grove, again, turnover. This is where a lot of times Coach Lombardi will call up a big play. You heard him say it at halftime, go be the killer. We got to kill finish these guys off and see if they take a shot.
They will on 1st down and 10. Kilzer throwing to the end zone. Sam Peters, his first action tonight, headed to the University of Minnesota next year. And he gets into the game and a touchdown from Jacob Kilzer, a perfect score for the Crimson. How about that? Peters, who they didn't know how much he was going to play tonight, Ed. Fractured finger a couple of weeks ago in a scrimmage, comes back, and he's able to play tonight, at least for a play. How about that for your first offensive play, too?
Well, you talk about making an impact. He just looks like a football player, too, doesn't he? But, yeah, there you go. Turnover. And then right into a nice play action, all set up by being able to run the ball in the first half. And that time Kilzer really showed off his arm, planted his leg, had a clean throw. And Peters, good speed for a tight end too, 6'4", 220. And he's got those great hands wide open and a really nicely thrown ball.
Maple Grove wants to go for 2. Kilzer looking to the sideline for the play call. Braden Gurley gets in late, and now they got to take a timeout. Take a look at it again.
Yep, there's the play action, well protected. And Osseo done such a nice job all night of not letting anyone get deep. And it's a little different when it's your tight end, because your tight end gets free, and they're not always matched up man to man, and you don't think a tight end's going to run by you. That's not an easy catch, over your shoulder, into the lights like that. One play, one touchdown, maximum impact.
Now Crimson ready to go for the 2-point conversion. Kilzer, quick throw and completion, and the 2-point score. Alagbaju on the reception. Maple Grove gets 8 on the drive, and now it's 24-7, just like that.
Yeah, Alagbaju, nice job of concentrating there. Looked like he bobbled it, but great concentration. Hung on to it, gets the 2-point conversion, and Coach Lombardi said, hey, let's go 3 and out. Let's get the ball back and go up 3 score. And that's exactly what they did. I tell you, I like it when Kilzer can get that, clean pocket. Watch him plant off his back foot. You see he's got a strong arm. A little bit of a bobble. He took the contact. A great job concentrating, watching the ball, bringing it in, getting the 2-point conversion.
How about Sam Peters? Like, yeah, my finger's okay. I can still catch the ball. And the Gophers, as I mentioned, next year, got a size already. It looks like for the Big Ten tight end, and good speed too. Yeah. Didn't use him a lot last year, but he had some big plays for them.
Well, I felt like last year was very similar. Like, didn't have a ton of catches, but when he did, it was for touchdowns and big plays. But you're right. He looks like a Big Ten tight end. That's kind of that new wave of good athletes. He's long, he's strong, he's fast, he's got great hands. But that young man right there threw a couple of really nice balls too.
So just 2 minutes and 16 seconds into the third quarter, and Maple Grove's got 8 more points.
What's your gut here? Touchback?
I guess touchback. How about that? Yeah.
That was almost good through the uprights.
So again, Osseo will start from the 20. Well, now, the momentum you feel like you had going into the second half, perhaps you get a good first down run right out of the gate on the drive, on the long run by Zacchio, and then a couple plays later, turnover, and all of a sudden Maple Grove's got a touchdown.
Well, and the scary thing here too, John, is when you get down now 3 scores, you feel like you got to get it back right away. And do you start playing out of character, taking shots, doing stuff that maybe isn't your strength to try to get a quick score, and that's how sometimes mistakes can compound themselves. Let's see if Osseo is able to just stay on the ground and keep physical football.
Backheel up the middle, had a good first down run. He'll gain 6 out to the 26-yard line.
Tell you what, I love watching Jerome Williams block. They keep running behind him, and he is doing a nice job of just driving. He is a powerful man. Maybe when this game is over tonight, he could get down to the University of Minnesota and play his second half tonight. He is talking about being Big Ten ready. Just watch him drive block.
He'd be happy to know his Gophers already up early on New Mexico State, and not much on that second down run though. We'll bring up third down. A late flag comes in. It seems like again, perhaps after the play was over. We've had a couple of those tonight. We'll see what the call is here. Last one off the pile for Maple Grove was Michael Ross, returning defensive back for the Crimson.
Well, don't forget these guys know each other. This is a rivalry. Looks like it's going to be against Maple Grove.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. Number 8. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run.
Johnson gets whistled here. And gives Osseo a first down out to the 42.
Yeah, and those are the kind of things that, as a coach, these are good to happen in the first game because they're teachable, and you'll talk about them. And again, kind of going back to these two schools, obviously being close to each other, the rivalry, knowing each other. It's tempting to say a few things after each play. You just got to on to the next play.
Zacchio gets to the 45 and then driven back by Johnson, who comes up and makes the tackle, the senior linebacker. Gain of 3.
Well, everything we keep in mind, like Hunter Gerber right there, number 66, he's going both ways.
Right.
And a couple of these players are playing both ways, and with that heat, getting fatigued, and You know, you wonder if the physicality of that offensive line. There you can see Jerome Williams is on the left side of the line of scrimmage, and they've generally been running to whatever side he's on.
And Zacchiel will go that way. And only gain 2 yards out to the 47-yard line. Third down and still 5 to go.
Yeah, I thought Tanner Albeck did a nice job that time, taking on the block and being able to shed it and still make the tackle. That looked like it might have gone for some yardage, but that's what you got to do when you're a linebacker. You know, you don't always get free runs at the ball carrier. Sometimes you got to go through 1-2 blockers and got to be able to shed them and make the tackle.
On 3rd and 5. And there's an opening and a first down into Maple Grove territory down to the 38.
I like B.J. Zacchiel. He's done.
He
I like how he
nice
runs.
game.
There's a kind of a nice patience. Watch for him. He kind of waits a little bit, lets the blockers develop, and then he's got good speed, and you can see he does a nice job of using that arm to keep those defenders at bay and pick up extra yards. Really like how he's run the football here tonight.
Osseo on the move. They're down to the 38. Zacchiel trying to go outside. Albeck runs him down. Loss of 6. The senior linebacker comes up and makes the tackle.
And he didn't allow himself to get blocked in. He was able to keep his outside arm free and nowhere to go outside. And then watch him get off the block and make the play. See him stay to the outside there. And then he gets off that block and just makes a great, great athletic play.
Got off the block of Williams and makes a big loss.
And those are the kind of plays, penalties and those loss of yardage plays, losing 7 yards on first down, sets up these difficult down and distances.
Zacchiel get the carry again inside, but only a yard to the 44-yard line. Vocal among those in on the tackle, along with Uzel. 3rd and long.
No, you're thinking pass. You know, you bring in pressure, and then the secondary. We know that Maple Grove has a ball hawking secondary here. You got to be careful.
On 3rd down and 15 to go. And they get the ball inside the 40, back to the original line of scrimmage, gaining about 4 or 5 yards there. On the run by Hawthorne.
I'll tell you what, Osseo's got that nice 1-2 combo with Bryce Hawthorne, a little bit bigger, more powerful, and BJ Zacchiel too, number 6, just a little more speed on the outside. So they definitely have found something here that they can work with as the season progresses here.
4th down and 11. Osseo will go for it, down 17 points here, past the midway point of the 3rd quarter. Ball is snapped on the exchange. Doesn't matter who has it. It's Maple Grove football. Crimson do come
Guess
up
who got
with
it?
oh my goodness, it's the hat trick for Vocal with another recovery.
You think he wins all the fumble recovery drills in practice? He's got to.
He's going to get the turnover chain again too. 1st down and 10 for Maple Grove. So they turn Osseo over on downs at the 40.
Yeah, I can tell. You can tell by how Osseo was blocking there. It was going to be a pass play. And again, just inexperience, right? That center quarterback exchange, which you assume is automatic, you take for granted. But you know, those are the kind of growing pains that first time starting quarterback's going to go through. But had a couple of nice throws tonight. Definitely something to build off of.
Kilzer play action. It's going to go deep again, and there's going to be a penalty. A lot of contact there. Dylan Vocal, younger brother of Caden, is the intended receiver, but he got tripped up. Now an Osseo player down in the secondary. And this will be pass interference against the Orioles.
Pass interference on the defense, number 12, 15 yards from the previous spot, first down.
Yeah, and really the pass interference wasn't necessary. That was, again, well defended. 2 defenders back, almost intercepted. Great play action. You know, and you can see it clearly well defended.
Tennyson Donato is the player that's down. Now sitting up for Osseo.
Hamza Wako was there and almost had the interception.
Well, hopefully, again, nothing serious for him. He did walk off under his own power.
Sometimes when you dive like that, you land funny. You land on an arm. Sometimes you can land on your chest or your side. You get the wind knocked out of you. Glad to see him walk off on his own power.
Maple Grove after the penalty, first down and 10 from the 45-yard line, hitting the backfield and then breaking free into the open end of the secondary.
Wow.
Charlie Roush for the touchdown. He was hit about 5 yards back of the line of scrimmage, breaks a tackle. Roush has got great speed, and he goes all the way for the score, 45 yards for the senior.
I was just about to say, what a great play defensively, getting that penetration in the backfield, but that's why you got to wrap up, and that's why you teach your running backs, John, keep those legs moving. It's funny, everyone kind of slowed down thinking he was done for back there, and he stayed with it, and then you saw the great acceleration up the field, able to finish it. That's a big-time run.
28 for the extra point. He has been perfect on the points after tonight.
Not only that, he's got a leg. Those would be good from about 45.
And now 4:52 to go in the third quarter. And now a 31-7 lead for Maple Grove.
Yeah, I'd be smiling too if I just made that play. That was a great play. Yeah, a little jet sweep, and you could see it looked like he was down, and it almost seemed like everyone kind of stopped a little bit to assuming he was down, but he stayed with it. And then I'll tell you what, that 10-yard speed, right, from 0 to 10, you saw how fast he exploded through the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
and then he was gone.
Unable to wrap him up, and then Roush got one hand on the ground but didn't go down. His knee didn't go down, able to keep his balance and goes for the score.
That's what you teach. You teach those running backs. Keep those legs moving. Stay on your feet. Keep fighting. And you never know. And if you break that first one, you can be gone. That was a great run.
A 24-point lead, and this was more what Matt Lombardi was talking about at halftime, right? Being able to put a team away. Not that it's put away yet, but you're in a pretty good spot now. You're up 24 points, and you've done your business in all phases of the game here since halftime.
Yep, and I tell you what I like too is after the turnovers, they haven't messed around. They've gone right for it and been able to score and score quickly. So seeing a little bit more explosion on offense. And I thought it was interesting how Coach Lombardi even acknowledged that last year we were pretty explosive. This year we might be more kind of dunking and dinking our way down the line. But they've had a couple of explosive plays here for touchdowns. The long touchdown pass by Kilzer to Peters, and then that time just a great run by Roush.
Jamison on the kickoff.
Touchback.
That was an excellent guess. They should have said through the end zone on the flyer now. He'll take over at their 20.
You know, you said something earlier, John, that I don't think people talk about enough is being good in special teams, right? And, most games it doesn't really matter. But there's games, and you saw in the Prep Bowl, you saw, playoff games when teams are evenly matched, being able to know that you're going to make your extra point, being able to get a field goal maybe at the end of a half that the other team, other teams can't count on, but you can. I mean, those are huge, and there's going to be at least a game or two this year where if you're going to be a good team, a state tournament team, having an ability to be great at special teams is going to win you a game.
And Maple Grove knowing that they've got the upper hand right now, even on a good, decent rushing team from Osseo, able to make the stop after a little gain there, about a half a yard.
Well, I think at this point Maple Grove says he's feeling comfortable to say, hey, we're gonna load the box, we're gonna bring our secondary down, and we're gonna play the run. We're gonna force Hayden Potratz to try to beat us through the air. You know, Osseo hasn't thrown much. I think only 3 or 4 times tonight.
And another give up the middle. Being tackling by Maple Grove. A gain out past the 25 to the 26-yard line here. Again for Hawthorne. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah. Tell you what, though, he does provide a collision when he runs into you. You're going to feel it when you tackle him. He is a big, strong running back.
Potratz has thrown the ball just twice tonight, Ryan. The last 2 plays of the first half. That's it.
Was going to throw on that last, couple plays ago, but got sacked. Oh, nice tackle.
They have the Hawthorne, but he's going to be stopped short of the first down. Great form tackle by Michael Ross, senior defensive back and captain.
Well, Michael Ross giving up about 70 pounds there to Hawthorne, but I'll tell you what, it's not a lie. When you're the low man and you got good form, you can tackle anybody. That was a great tackle. And positive yards, but still just a couple of yards short. In this field position, you probably can't risk going for it, but if I'm Maple Grove, I'm watching out for a fake. If you're Coach Stockhouse, you got nothing to lose. You got to take a shot here and try to catch the Crimson off guard with a fake.
Ball is dropped and down they go. The ball is loose now in the end zone. Touchdown. I think it's Ben Jamison who got it. Was it 87? Was it 19? Alan Joe? Who's got the ball? It's Jamison.
Yeah.
Like I can kick it through the end zone and I can recover the ball in the end zone.
I'll tell you what, whoever blew up the punter, the 2 guys that hit the punter did exactly what you want. That ball is loose. That punter is an open target. Look at those hits.
Uzel.
Oh my. And Bayer.
And Mason Bayer.
Yeah, or Bayer. That's what you want to do when the punter is a free guy. When he doesn't have a good grip on that, you light him up. You're taught that, and they took care of it. A great job, too. Hustling after the play was special team. This went from what 16-7 to 37 in just a few minutes.
Extra point by Fournier is up and good.
Yeah, Maple Grove doing it in all 3 phases here in the second half. Offensively, defensively, and special teams now.
(38-7) Maple Grove, and now Crimson clearly in control. Jamison, we got a touchdown. How about another touchback?
Yeah.
Let's
He looks
go.
like a Big Ten football player, too. Now you always wonder, too, at this point, when you get a lead like this, first game of the night, at what point do you start getting some other guys some playing time? You want to get your guys enough reps and game action, but, you got a long season. It's only game 1. You got a 31-point lead here. You let them finish the 3rd quarter and then get some guys some experience behind them.
Jamison booms another one. Angled it, but still out of the end zone. Touchback. For Osseo now, you're down 31 points. You're not going to win the game, but you want to get something positive going right into week 2.
Yep.
Get some good drives here before the night's end, going into that home opener next Thursday.
Yeah, and I think, Coach Stockhouse has done this before. Is you're building for a season, right? It's you lose one game, you still have all your goals, all your dreams, all your hopes in front of you, and all you're trying to do is get better. And you're playing, Maple Grove, ranked number 4 in the area. One of the best teams you're going to play against. And to be honest, for 2.5 quarters, you played them pretty dead even. So you got a lot of positives to build on. Now you just want to finish, right, guys? We don't quit. We don't hang our hats. We don't point fingers. We stay together, and we just keep fighting. And I think if you can do that, maybe you get another score out of this, some positive drives. It's whatever you can build on. And I know one thing about Coach Stockhouse is he's as good as anyone finding the little things, being positive and building a great culture and guys that believe in themselves.
They're backed up to the 10-yard line. First down run, and the ball is out, and it's recovered by Maple Grove.
Whoa, John. Why didn't Vocal recover it?
Well, but Jameson got it, so he's got his second fumble recovery.
Right. It's a full house.
Right. Zacchio with the positive run, but then fumbles the football. And just everything is going wrong for Osseo here in the third quarter. Everything is going right for Maple Grove, conversely.
Yeah.
And something has to do with the other. I mean, right? Maple Grove is playing excellent football, get a hat on the ball.
I'll tell you what, a positive play, right? It was a good play, a good run, and you can't fault, Zacchio for trying to fight and get extra yards. Just a nice job. And Maple Grove for years has been very good at this. Guys are second on, onto the tackle. You go for that ball, you try to strip it, and they know how to get on it.
Owen Smith forced that last fumble, by the way. Jameson recovering. Gain of a couple. Henry Stang, who's back into the backfield, had 3 carries in the first half, picks up 3 yards, bringing up a 2nd and 7 from the 13 of Osseo. Kilzer still in at quarterback. Pitch. Toss, cut back. Great move, and it's the second touchdown run here in the third quarter for Charlie Roush.
Well, really well blocked. He saw the kick out. He's able to get to the outside. And again, just showing that great vision, turns it back to the right upfield, and great speed, able to finish it off.
Maple Grove has put up 28 points, perhaps about to make it 29 here in the third quarter. 48's kick is perfect. 45-7, Crimson. Roush's second touchdown.
Remember, this was 9-7 at one point.
Roush, 2 carries, 58 yards tonight, 2 scores. Burp, right up the middle.
Yep. I'll tell you, when you got that kind of speed, teams respect it. You see, good job pursuing. You're trying to set that edge, but just great vision, great footwork, able to turn it up. And those running backs that can go north and south quickly like that, they are dangerous, absolutely. I think this is exactly what Coach Lombardi probably said at halftime. This is what we need to do. We need to, you see the...
Get those big guys up front blocking for you. And
listen, I tell young kids all the time, when you're a running back, quarterback, receiver, and you have a big game, you better buy those linemen dinner every Friday night or Saturday morning breakfast, whatever you got to do. Keep those guys up front happy, because they're the ones that they don't get a lot of the credit or the glory, but they're sweating and moving and blocking, and they got the tough job. So take care of those linemen. Love to see it.
Jamison with the kickoff and through the end zone. And what seemed unlikely, Ryan, at halftime is we're going to have running time in the fourth quarter. It looks like.
Yeah.
35 points or more. It's 38 right now. 45-7.
Yeah, 36 unanswered points for Maple Grove. Well, we got to kind of talk about what I think a lot of the CCX viewers are wanting to see, John.
There's a run on the left side and out to near the 30-yard line. A good gain for Sawyer Nelson, picking up 10 yards.
You know, maybe we got to get Allie down to talk to Coach Lombardi. When are we going to see Jack Jacobson?
Stop. Nelson getting Osseo first down. Their first down here in the second half.
Well, that's the thing, too, when you kind of look back on this.
Second first down, excuse me.
Osseo's had some positive things to build on. I mean, been able to run the ball, for the most part, pretty successful.
Maple Grove defense there on making the stop in the backfield. A lot of hats on the ball again.
Yep.
Local 13, Johnson 8. Let's see who else was in there.
Yeah, and that was one thing you saw last year with that great, front seven, those linebackers. It's just great team defense, great pursuit, and you can see it again this year. It's something that they teach really well at Maple Grove, is trying to contain the edges, contain the ball carriers, and then everyone's running down the line, making team tackles.
Second and long, Potratz to throw and
Yep.
gets the completion. Schmidt on the tackle of Iggy Cooper comes up with his second catch tonight out to the 35-yard line. Gain of 9.
Yeah. See, I like that. I like that design. I like that call for Potratz. You can see he's got a pretty decent arm. It looks accurate. I try to, next games, I would try to get him going a little early, have a little more balance, run pass. It might open up the run even more because Hayden seems to be able to deliver a pretty nice ball.
And we're getting offside here on Maple Grove.
It's funny because I don't know if they crossed the line there.
Player Holbrook is whistled for the offside. Not the way you want your name mentioned on TV. You get some of your backups in the game. And players can get some snaps on defense this year, but a little anxious on that play. And that gives first down to Osseo.
Yeah, it was interesting because you saw him move, but just from up here, it looked like he might not have crossed that plane, but referees have a better view of it and said he did.
It is to, inside give, and a gain just to the 41-yard line. Tackle made by Aiden Gunville along with Caden Volkel. Second down and 9.
Be the last play of the third quarter.
Well, we are at the end of 3, and it was all Maple Grove there in the third. They put up 4 touchdowns, 29 points, and they lead at 45-7. Back with the fourth quarter on CCX after this. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV. Not as fun right now for Osseo fans on the short end of the 45-7 score. As we get ready for the start of the fourth quarter, a little happier on the home side there for the Crimson.
That's pretty
yes,
cool.
I'm happy no baby powder tonight. That
No baby powder.
Was a mess last year. Remember that?
Just some Journey and cell phones.
Right.
That's all you need to have a great time. Yeah, no, I remember inhaling it up here in the press box. That was different. Oh, nice fake.
Potratz.
Yeah.
No fake. He'll throw down field high.
Oh, what an effort.
And complete, but I think out of bounds.
Yep. Great ball fake.
Jamison Travis, the big tight end on the catch, but he was out of bounds.
I mean, he almost made a heck of a catch. He really extended to get that just a little bit wide, but I like getting Potratz out of the pocket like that. Remember, he's a big kid. He's 6'5", 200 pounds. Got a nice arm. Threw it right over the defender. Almost an amazing catch. Great effort, though.
Run and Osseo trying to extend it, but Cam Nelson finally brought down on the play.
Well, there's that great example. If you're able to set the edge and not let that ball get to the outside, running back has to slow down, and you can see the great team speed on defense by the Crimson pursuing down the line. Again, good team tackling.
Well, Sissy on the tackle. Fourth down coming for Osseo here from their 43. And they'll get some reserves in as well.
It's either going to be a delay of game or they're going to have to call a timeout here.
Back to punt. And they will take a timeout. Kick away. Bounce at the 35, and Grove's not going to risk any kind of return there, and Osseo down at the 29. So
a good snap that time. Nice, hard, good, accurate snap.
This is offensive lineman. They got a pose right behind Olagbaju in the opening game of the season, right?
That might have had a feel of a yearbook picture, right. I think.
Grove without a couple of starters to start the year. Andrew Dotson on normally an offensive lineman starter who is out. So just Sam Peters for the one touchdown play. Jacob Anderson, a two-way player, he is out tonight. Despite that, the other guys who have played, and obviously still a lot of talent, able to come through and have a good opening game after some sloppy plays in the first half, but overall a good first half.
What is Sam Peters?
First game, rather.
What injury?
Finger. Henry Stang getting the call here, picks up about 9 yards. Riley Melcher is now the quarterback, junior.
You know, and I think this is important. Riley's a junior. Obviously, Kilzer's going to graduate, so could be the quarterback in waiting here. And so getting him as much action and reps as possible, I think, is really big for confidence.
Stang gets his first down run, so back-to-back runs, picks up 14 yards on the 2 carries. Tackle made by Austin Colden, senior linebacker for Osseo. Maple Grove will go into week 2 with a convincing week 1 win, much as they did last year, but different. Last year that it was over by halftime. Yeah. Not tonight. Tonight it was 16-7 at halftime, but that third quarter just.
Well, remember last year it was kind of the same thing where Osseo had a couple good plays, but then had those penalties and got behind, 21-0, 28-0. This one, you're right. This was really competitive for the first half. And then that third quarter just blew it wide open.
Derek Jameson had such a big first game last year, too. Stang gets another carry here.
I'll tell you what, the two things, John, I think Maple Grove did answer is, when you lose Derek Jamieson, you're thinking, can we replace that kind of firepower? And I think they got a nice mix here with Charlie Roush and, of course, with Logbachu, right? I mean, you got a nice 1-2, explosive, speed, good. And then you also, you got Kilzer back there who can really fling the ball. So offensively you're there. And the other thing is, as a coach, this is a new team. Are they going to respond to when I challenge them? And you could tell at halftime he challenged them, like, let's put this one out right away. And his team really came out in that third quarter and just had a dominating performance.
Harry Laborde, big tackle there for Osseo, tackling Owen Smith for a loss of 2.
That did not look like it felt good.
No.
Henry Laborde, 6'3", 250. I mean, how many guys are 250, 260, bigger?
Big kids, don't they?
They really do. They look like an imposing football team when you watch them warm up and you see the size and physicality. They are going to get better. They are going to have a good year. And they're going to be there at the end of the year. I'd be surprised to see these two teams meet again in the playoffs.
Smith gets the carry, knocked out of bounds by Billy Russell. Again, clock continuing to run with the running time, with the margin being 38 points here. Melcher out of the shotgun. 3rd down and 8 here. 4 receivers. Fake the handoff. Melcher spins away or inside. Didn't quite get away from the tackler, though, as Drew Hewitt brought him down. He got to the 45-yard. Get some positive yards. It'll be 4th down coming and 5 to go.
I'll tell you what, 2 things. Melcher showed some explosiveness there. Definitely got some speed, but nice play by Drew Hewitt, too, making that play and wrapping up.
They'll keep the offense on the field here. Give these guys some reps on offense. They'll need to punt at this point in the game. Pitch on 4th down, and a penalty flag is down.
I don't know if he got set.
Would have been a 1st down run for Smith, but I think this is coming back.
Illegal formation on the offense. 2 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Yeah, it looked like some confusion there as far as where to get lined up. So, being a parent of, obviously Jack playing on the Maple Grove team, do they do pasta dinners still like the night before?
Yeah, they had one last night. Yes.
Yeah. Do they do it at someone's house, or do you go
at the school?
At the school.
Yeah.
And are broadcasters allowed to join?
I'm not involved not invited to the pasta feed.
I wasn't sure.
Well, confusion on where the ball was supposed to be. What? It was at the 45. It seems simple. Move it back to the 50, right? Oh, we had another penalty. I didn't see that. Oh, all right. Osseo declines the penalty. They take the football. Whatever. Well, it's first game of the year, right? We'll just roll with it here. 4:52 to go.
Wait, was he short of the 1st down on the run?
No, he was past the 1st down marker.
But so they never forced the penalty, and we didn't play a 4th down.
I thought perhaps he must have stepped out at the 41. I thought he got inside the 40, but apparently not. I thought he had gotten it. So regardless, it's Osseo football here. 4:48 and counting.
Got a new quarterback in too, Andrus Lort, playing quarterback for Osseo. Or excuse me,
Nolan Sharapana in at quarterback. False start on Osseo's offense.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
And that's a tough part when you get guys that haven't maybe had enough reps, or you're mixing matching maybe some of your first team with some of your second team. It can kind of get the rhythm and timing off a little bit.
Ryan, you got your wish. 56 is in the game for Maple Grove.
Let's go. I'll build them up, John.
First down and 15 back at the 36.
No matter who makes the tackle. I think Jack got it.
Oh, my goodness.
It's got to be a proud moment, though, right? Father moment.
Cedric Buchholz in on the tackle.
There he is. That is awesome, John. Congratulations.
Second down after the 4-yard run.
That is great.
Cam Holker there, number 30, on the defensive line. And all these guys, that they're able to get reps here.
It's
They'll
huge.
put in the work on.
How fun is it for them, too, right?
Scout offense.
Yeah.
Or scout defense, rather.
You know, they work their butts off all week, and you get a chance to get some reps on the big field. That's awesome.
Sanders the ball there, brought down by the distance number 15,
Smith getting the tackle there.
You know, there's just something too about football, high school football, how it just brings such a big group of guys together. You know, the cheerleaders, the band, the parents, the coaches, the whole school coming to watch. It's just a really neat thing about high school football.
Inside run down to the 47-yard line and a first down for Osseo. On the run by Sawyer Sanders, junior running back.
Yeah, like they've had success tonight doing that, running that quick dive right up the middle. Maple Grove, such good speed at their defensive line and linebackers. Sometimes they can over pursue. If you can hit them with a quick dive like that, you might catch them off guard a little bit, get positive yards.
Sam Hansen, 47. He's a sophomore they really like along the defensive line. You get more snaps, I think, as the season goes on. Good-sized kid.
Yeah, 6'2", 195 pounds already as a sophomore. Only going to get bigger and stronger.
Option
Oh,
keeper,
nice.
but it's going to be a low tackle for loss. Breaking one tackle initially with Sharapata, but then he's brought down.
Oh, good ball fake that time. I was thinking the ball was running between the tackles.
Bo Draheim in on the stop for Maple Grove.
number 15, Owen Smith, and number 29, Zaire Holbrook.
There, Holbrook also on the stop. Lost back to the 49. Got a minute 40 to play. I don't know that we had any more puking after halftime.
No,
Coach
I think
Lombardi
we-
talked about at halftime. I think that was under control. Inside Div and down inside the 45. Run again by Sanders.
Well, today in the Star Tribune, John, Maple Grove was ranked 4th in the metro area. What do you think of other teams in our area this year as far as being there towards the end?
Yeah, there we go. There's some powder on the far side,
no,
Ryan.
no,
Won't get to us, though. I think Wayzata's going to have probably the next best team in our area after Maple Grove, or they may be as good. We'll see how they go. They've got a lot of guys back, but not as much on the line. The ball is fumbled here and recovered by Maple Grove. Ali Clausen on the recovery for the Crimson.
Well, you can see that's something they preach in practice, John, is if you get to that ball carrier, maybe you're not making the tackle, but when you approach, get those hands active and punch that ball out. Look at them. You can see that, just the ball ripped out. It looked like that was Mason Bayer again, ripping that ball out. Yeah, watch him pull this ball out. And they're taught that. That's not by chance. That is by practice and skill.
Great job by Clausen to get his offense the ball back for final player 2. Smith on the run.
We got a new quarterback in, too. Michael Jost. That is going to be the last play of the game.
So then what I'll do is I'll the kid next to me first, and then I'll send him off so we can go.
Michael Gills, the 8, the quarterback. And that is going to be it. Well, it was a competitive game at halftime, but that third quarter, Maple Grove blows it open. They score 29 points, run out the clock at the end of the game, and win it 45-7.
Yeah, that's what you want. Good teams, right? You make adjustments, and you heard Coach Lumbo talk about it at halftime of, hey, we got to be able to go for the jugular and bury them, and they certainly did that in the third quarter. That was a great performance.
It's always on this field.
For Osseo, come back week 2, back at home, and take on Mounds View.
Yep.
An opponent I think they can match up with and play with.
I have no doubt that Osseo team, you could tell they impressed me tonight. And we're very physical. They were able to run the ball. You get their quarterback with one start under his belt now. He's going to be more confident. Hayden Portratz did a nice job. He's going to be okay. They're going to have a good team. And again, I wouldn't be surprised to see these two teams face off at the end of the year.
Good to see a lot of kids on both sides of the ball there in the fourth quarter be able to get into the game here on the opening night too, right?
A lot of fun, and if you get that experience, it makes you want to work harder and practice harder and be a better scout team player, and knowing that you're going to have that chance, that opportunity to get in the game. And
The next Crimson football game is on the 9th. We're away at Totino Grace to take on the Eagles.
how's Totino this year, John? What do you think?
Well, we'll find out. I mean, they're coming off a tough season. They're playing their opener tonight at Mounds View. I know the numbers have been down in the program, but I think we'll find out here early in the season. But they dropped off as far as wins the last couple of years, and I think they believe they've got some talent to be able to bounce back this year. But time will tell here as the season goes on.
And that's the other thing with football is it can vary from class to class, right? You can go a couple classes where you're down, but not very often.
All right, guys, so I'm going to have Jacob stand right here next to me, and then Caden.
I love to see that, too. You see the leadership there of Hayden Potratz, the senior quarterback, talking to his guys. Love to see that.
Yeah, that's great. All right, Allie's got a couple of winning Crimson players next to her. Allie?
Yeah, guys, we're going to start here with Jacob. Jacob, if you're going to throw up, do it that way. But you know what? It was warm out tonight. It's the first game of the season, but you guys came out and crushed it. How'd you feel in this one?
I mean, the team played really well. I didn't feel the greatest personally. I mean, I drank way too much water. I had a problem with cramping last year. So I think I overdrank instead, threw it all up, and then ended up cramping because it didn't work the greatest for me, but yeah.
That's all right. We were still pretty impressed. This team really came out and made a statement tonight. With you as the captain of the ship, what did you see out of your offense that was just really working so well?
Our offensive line was just doing their thing, made it easy for the running backs, and then when the running backs were getting hit, they were getting yards after contact, which is huge.
We know you can run. We know your running backs do a really great job, as they did tonight, but you really connected well on some passes to Peters and Anderson. Does that give you some confidence heading into the rest of the season, knowing that you guys can make those completions and make it look pretty good?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I gained a lot of trust in my receiver. Well, we've been building it over the offseason, but yeah, tonight for sure gave me a lot more trust in them.
What was your favorite part of tonight?
Just getting the win, beating them by a lot.
All right, we'll let you go talk with the team here. We're going to bring in Caden. Caden, wow, defense tonight. You were involved all over the board. What was it about your guys' team defensive effort that was working so well?
Well, we had big shoes to fill. There's not a secret that there were a lot of old guys that left us this year, and we wanted to step up and do it for them, really. We got a text from them this morning saying we're cheering you on. I think that gave a lot of confidence to our newer players, especially on the front five, which is what I'm a part of. So that gave us a lot of confidence, and we came out here and wanted to make a statement tonight, and I think we succeeded in doing that.
Out of the turnovers you were involved in, what was your favorite? And walk us through that one.
Probably the first one, just because, I mean, you come out here and the stadium's packed, you're amped, a lot of adrenaline going, and just to start on a positive note, one play, especially because it saved us at the end of a long run. So it was a good way to bounce back for us, and that really set the tone for the game for us.
The crowd really did respond tonight. Out of this defensive performance, what do you think the statement that was made from the Crimson will say to the rest of the state?
Well, the rankings came out this morning, and to be honest, a lot of us were a little put off by that. So hopefully that made a statement to all those who ranked us this morning, and look forward to the rest of the games this year and showing that we deserve a spot in the end.
Well, you guys let them know tonight. Congrats on a great performance.
Thank you very much.
And guys, in hard-hitting journalism, I did find out that who chooses what theme it is for the games, right, of the student section. It is 2 seniors. They jump on a Twitter account. They let everybody know. I guess we need to jump on that Twitter account. Then we're going to know how to dress for each game, guys.
Next Maple Grove home game we do.
Let them know.
It probably won't be Hawaiian night again. We'll find out.
Oh, it's CCX night.
Right, it should be.
Yeah.
I get everybody a CCX T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
We'll
there you
do
go.
that. All right, well, Jacob Kilzer will get his hydration figured out before next week. We had all offensive defense playing well tonight, and they walk away with the win on opening night. For all of our crew and for Ryan Iverson and Natalie Mosley, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for joining us on opening night, high school football 2022. Maple Grove wins it over Osseo, 45-7, the final.